what's up everyone? Tato Khadebe here. Welcome back to my channel once again. If you are a new member and you are tuning into my videos for the first time, I want to welcome you to this channel. This is the place where we discuss all things jewelry design and we speak about, jewelry business and what it's like to run a jewelry business. And also you get to see the behind the scenes of the manufacture of jewelry. So if that is something that is interesting to you, this is the best place for you to be able to see that. If you are a returning subscriber, I really appreciate you, so I want to welcome you back. We've got another video for you for this week. So for today, I'm back with another sit down video. I haven't done one of these in some time, so I thought let me just get back to the sit down videos once again. So for today, I want to discuss how to decide on the right business for you, as you can see by the title of the video. Starting a business can be a big decision. And it's important that you do choose the right business for you that is based on your skills and of course that is based on your goals. So after today's video, hopefully I'll be able to help you decide on which of whatever kind of business that does exist is the right one for you. So if that is something that sounds interesting to you, please do stick around and we will get started. Right, so for the number one thing that you need to do is you need to identify your passion. Right, so when choosing a business, it's important that you choose one that you are passionate about, as this will help you to stay motivated and engaged as you try to build and to grow your business. So, in my case, being a jewelry designer, I knew from quite early on that I wanted to do something that is in design. I didn't necessarily choose jewelry design from, that young age that I'm speaking of, but I did know that I wanted to do something that involves some sort of creativity. Because, in high school, I did take art as one of my subjects and I did really well in that. And I've always been somebody that lent more to the creative side of things, not so much to the, maths and science and, those kinds of STEM subjects. I never did really well in those. But I did always do well in the more creative spaces. So I knew that design was going to be something that I wanted to do. It's just that I chose jewelry design when I was looking through the whole prospectus, when I was looking at universities to study at, and me and my mother just stumbled upon jewelry design, and that's when I knew that, let me just try this route. I knew that it would be something that I would probably become quite passionate about at a later stage, even though it wasn't an initial passion, because I knew there's going to be a lot of drawing that happens and a lot of kind of creative thinking that happens. So that's how I decided to make jewelry design my career path, and because of that passion that I had for creativity and for drawing and design. So if you're somebody who isn't sure about what you want to do, maybe think about what it is that you might be passionate about, and then that could possibly be a jump start for you to be able to make the decision for a business that you might, start and become really successful in. And then for number two, you must assess your skills and your experience. So consider your skills and experience and look for businesses that will allow you to utilize them to their fullest potential. This will help you to feel confident and competent in your new venture. So even if, for instance, you do not have a passion for something, like a really strong passion, like I mentioned in the first point, if you assess the skills that you have right now, and these skills could be stuff that you might have developed from a young age, or maybe it's skills that you've just recently developed, and you can see that, it's something that I'm really good at, there could be a potential for you to start a business using those skills and that experience, So as an example, if you know that you're a very effective communicator, like you are able to relay messages really well, there might be an opportunity for you to start a business in, let's say, YouTube, like what I'm doing right now, starting a YouTube channel, because a lot of people nowadays are doing podcasts that have video and they're posting them on YouTube, but it doesn't necessarily have to be on YouTube. You can always just do a traditional podcast as well, where you can you start your own podcasting channel and you post it on things like on Spotify. So if you are able to communicate really well, and then you decide I'm going to start a YouTube channel, and then this is where I'm going to start a channel that speaks about whatever you want to talk about, and that as a way to show that I've got this skill and this experience in communicating, I'm going to put my ideas on video and I'm going to share them with the world. And then this could be an opportunity for you to then land some sponsorship deals with people who are watching and who are, businesses or companies that are in line with the business or the topics that you're talking about. And then you can, start to create an income from that. And the more you do it, the more you can then start to build that as an actual business. For me, as an example, using YouTube right now, I am trying to get to a point where I'm seeing it as a business. Right now, it's just a way for me to advertise my actual business that I've got, which is being a jewelry designer. But there is no reason why this can't become a business on its own, because it is a way for me to communicate what I am doing. And also being, an academic and a lecturer at a university, I'm able to then tell people that I do this for a living, and maybe it can get people to come and register to the university that I'm working at, and that's a way of creating more income that I'm talking about. So if you're able to identify what it is that you're good at and the experience that you have, that I'd consider, I'd be very, I'd want to encourage you to look at that and really make sure that it could be something that you are using to be able to then start a business based on that. It doesn't necessarily have to be something that you were passionate about from, when you were a child, or that's very few and far between. A lot of people who start businesses today, they identify something that they're good at and they see, I'm able to do this really well. So let me take the skill that I have and let me turn it into a business. And that's obviously something that you are encouraged to do, because there are many people in this world who, they are sitting at home and they do not have any other options. There aren't many jobs that are available, unfortunately, right now in the economy that we have. But all of us are skilled in one way or another. All you need to do is make sure that you are finding what that skill is and try to monetize it. Think of creative ways of monetizing that skill, and then you've already got a business that you can get started with. So that's something that you can probably think about with this point that I'm talking about right now. And then for number 3, consider the market demand. Look for a business that meets a need or solves a problem in the market. This will help to ensure that the business is in demand and has a better chance for success. So when starting a business, considering the market demand is very, very important. And the reason why it's important is because you don't want to be starting a business that only you or maybe 3 or 4 other people might be interested in. Because if it's such a small niche that a few people are interested in, the chances of you becoming a really big success are quite slim. You want to be sure that the thing that you're doing is viable enough that it reaches a wide variety of people, so that you're able to then make money from that idea. So sit down and really think about what is it about my life right now, or things that I'm doing right now that I would like something to be solved. If I were a business and if I were somebody who was looking for something to be solved, how many other people in the world would like that same thing to be solved? If you know that it might not be a huge amount of people, that means that there isn't really a lot of market viability there. So people are not going to necessarily want to pay money for it. So it's important that whatever it is that you are doing, there must be some sort of appetite for it in the market, so that you are able to then, get into that niche, and then you are able to help the people that you are trying to help. Because if there isn't that market demand, then the business that you're trying to start is basically dead in the water. You need to be sure that whatever it is that you are doing, there is a great demand for it. If it's something that you're really trying to build into a big business, there has to be a market demand. Obviously, this is different if it's something that you just want to do for fun or as a hobby. Then you don't necessarily have to worry about the market demand, because you aren't trying to build a big business. It's something that you're trying to do for yourself. If that's the case, then this point doesn't really matter. And I'm saying this as well because if I look at myself and, being a jewelry designer or just a designer in general, we tend to want to design stuff for ourselves. And it's all good and well to design stuff for us as the designer. But if the market does not want it, then it really doesn't matter, because I might as well just be designing things for myself, and I'll wear all the jewelry that I want to wear for myself, because that's kind of what I'm doing it for. But if I want to be selling and making a profit, I need to put my own feelings to the side and then design exactly what the customer wants or exactly what the market wants. That's the only way you're able to make a business out of this. And it's important that I'm saying all of this because even when we, as a lecturer, you know, I'll present a brief to the students, and then you can see that some of them are like, I'm not too sure, I don't really like this project, it doesn't make sense to me, or I don't like the style or the theme that you guys are giving us. And then I'll make the example of, it doesn't matter whether you like it or not. You need to be able to do stuff that you don't want to do, because that's the only way you'll be able to make money in this industry. A lot of the pieces that you're going to make are going to be pieces that you do not like at all from an aesthetics point of view or from a design point of view. But that's not the point. The point is you want to make stuff that your customer wants. If the customer is happy, which is the market, then your business will grow. So you need to make sure that the market demand is there in order for your business to grow.